Station Houston on 3 for Nemo. Don't forget to turn on the microphone for the downlink.
Copy. Thank you.
Station, this is Houston. Are you ready for the event?
Houston, this is the station. I am ready for the event.
Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency. This is Mission Control Houston. Please call station for a voice check.
Station, this is Hirata in Tenku. How do you hear me?
I have hear you loud and clear. How do you hear me?
Kanai-san, 聞こえますか？
Kanai, can you hear me?
ナンバームッタ役をやらせております平田。
This is Hiroaki Hirata, a voice actor performing the role of Murata in Space Brothers. Good evening. Good evening. My name is Arisa Kuroda, a TV personality with strong interest in science and a would-be astronaut. Dr. Kanai, this is Mori, the MC. We are here at the main venue, Planetarium Tenku, and we are also connected with the Hitachi Civic Center Science Museum in Hitachi City and the Science Museum in Fukuoka City. A lot of people have gathered in these locations, and they are really looking forward to talking with you.
平田さん、黒田さん、森さん、会場の皆さん、ありがとうございます。
Mr. Hirata, Ms. Kurota, and Ms. Mori, and the audience in the locations, hello. I've been staying on the space station for 4 months, but I really enjoy my life on the space station. For example, I can turn myself very easily. I'm enjoying it. I would like to share this happy moments with you. I'm looking forward to talking to you. So, we'd like to ask you questions. First from Tokyo. My name is Rika Suzuki, a third grade junior high school student. I've been practicing abacus for 8 years, and I like to use it if I go to space as an astronaut. Can I work the bees on the space station? Thank you for your question. It's great that you are practicing abacus. Well, in space, everything is floating, so you have to reset the bees after calculation, but it may be difficult to reset the bees in space. But on Soyuz spaceship, I come to this International Space Station. But on space station, we have to calculate without any equipment how long the oxygen will last. That we have to use our own head in calculation. So if you are familiar with the abacus, perhaps that skill will be quite useful in space. Next, from Fukuoka, please. My name is Taro Ogata, third grade junior high school student. I wear glasses, and you wear glasses too. Does wearing glasses cause any inconvenience in your life on the space station? How did you change your glasses to fit the life in space?
ありがとうございます。メガネに関する質問はよくお受けするんですけども。
Thank you for your question.
そうですね。普通にキャビンの中で
I often get a question about eyeglasses.
あんまり地上と変
So
わらず
in this cabin,
作業でき
when
ま
I
す。ただ
work
宇宙船
in
に
this
乗ったり
cabin,
するとき
I
です
can
ね。
work
あるいは宇宙服
just
を着
like
て
I work on the
宇
Earth.
宙船の外に出
But
るとき
when
に
you
はヘルメットをしないと
are
いけま
on
せ
the
んので、
spaceship or
メガネがかぶって
wear
しまったり
space
とかですね、メガネがずれてしまったりとか、そんなことがあります。ですので普段の
sometimes
訓練では
your
メガネ
eyeglasses
をかけないでわざ
don't
と
fit
訓練したり
well
とか
or
ですね、
get
メガネ
cloudy.
に頼らずと
So
も作業がで
during
きるように、
ordinary
そういう
training
心
on
がけ
the
でいつ
Earth,
も
I
訓
often
練は行ってます。 で中には
work
ですね
without
コンタクトレンズを使うよ
eyeglasses
うな宇宙飛行士もいるんですけ
so
ども、
that I can work
やっ
well
ぱり
without
宇
glasses.
宙ですと水の
Sometimes
扱いが難
astronauts
しかったり
wear
とかで
contact
すね、
lenses,
コンタクトレンズ
but in space,
清潔を保
it's
つの
very
が
hard
難しかったり
to
して、
use
やっぱり
water
メガネ
to
の方が
clean
楽だなと思います。
contact lenses.
で私のメガネこれ普通
So
の市販
but
のメガネ
it'll
で
be easier. It's
ジョ
easier
ン
to
ソン
wear
ヒューストンのですね、
glasses.
ジョンソン宇宙センターの近くのメガ
My
ネ屋さんで
glasses are
作って
just
もらったんですけども、
ordinary
普通のメガネ
glasses.
ですけど
I
も、宇
bought
宙に
this
行くということで
at
ネ
the
ジとかですね、
at the
細
shop
かい部
near
品が
Johnson Space Center.
入ってなくて、
But
壊れてもですね、ポキッと折れるだけで小さい部品が飛び散
Such
らないような、
eyeglasses
そう
do
いう
not
作
have
りになっているのを
small screws
用意してもらいました。
so that small parts do not scatter in space.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much for your answer. Next from Hitachi, Kamoshida, please. My name is Tosei Kamoshida, a third grade junior high school student. You said the other day that you like to watch Pyeongchang Olympic Games. Were you able to see Pyeongchang, or were you able to see the fireworks or the Olympic flame from space?
そうですね、いい質問ですね。宇宙ステーションからどれぐらい地球
Very
の
good question.
細かい動きが見えるかってなかなか想像難
From
しいかもしれない
the
です
space
けども、
station,
花火とかです
maybe
ね、
it's hard for you to
聖
imagine
火はちょっと肉眼では
how
見
we
えない
can
ですね。
see the things on the
で
Earth
すごい
from
大
a
きい
space
バズ
station,
ーカ
but
のような
the fireworks
カ
and
メラの
Olympic
大きいレン
flames
ズを使っ
were
て
so
ればです
small,
ね、スタジアムぐらい
so
は
we cannot see it
わ
from
かるか
space.
もしれ
But
ないです。
if we use
で
bazooka
その場合
lens,
ですね、
very big
東
lens,
京オリンピックがあった時には
we may be able to see the
球場
stadium.
の
But
コンピューターにですね、地上から宇宙
but
セン
if
ターから
the
テレビ
Tokyo
中
hosts
継を
the
流してもら
Olympics,
ってアメリカ人の宇宙飛行士、ロシア人の宇宙飛行士と
we
み
can
んな
get
で
the
オリン
TV
ピックの観戦をしま
broadcast
した。でロシアの選手が頑張っている
from the
時には
ground.
アメリカ人も日本人もロシア頑張れって
So
応援しますし、
sorry,
日
the
本人が頑
when
張
we
った時に
there
は
was a
日本人
Pyeongchang
頑張ってる
Olympic,
なっていう
we
ことで
had
アメリカ
a
人も
broadcast
ロシア人も
from
日本の
the
ことを応援
the
して
Earth
くれ
from the
て、
ground
本当に
to the
オ
space
リンピッ
station,
クらしい楽
and
しい観戦をしまし
we
た。
rooted for the athletes from various countries, and we are astronauts from various countries, and we rooted for the athletes from other nations as well. Next from Fukuoka, My name is Naoki Yasunaga, second grade senior high school student. I think it's very challenging to become an astronaut. What was the most difficult thing for you, and how did you overcome it? Also, you mentioned producing protein crystals on the space station is the most interesting experiment for you. Could you explain why you think so?
そうですね、宇宙飛行士大変ですねって皆さんから言われるんですけども、あんまり大変なことはないですね。
People often tell me that it must be very hard to work as an astronaut, but I don't think so. There are many things that I can enjoy. Students or those who are already working also have difficulties, I guess. So everyone has tough work to do. So it's same for the astronauts. Of course, training is very hard, and we have to do a lot of work. And the best way to relieve stress is to have a good sleep. I often have a very good sleep, and I can remove the stress, and I can start the day with a fresh manner. And yes, I'm conducting a protein crystal production experiment, and Dragon will go back to the Earth next week. And the experiment on protein crystals, what's good about that? Well, we have many samples. We can do an experiment on many samples, and it's not only about Dragon, but we also use a lot of the vehicles, and customers can ask the experiment a reasonable cost. The universe or space, you may think that it's very expensive to make use of the space environment, but just like the protein crystal production experiment, you can have the scientific experiments done at reasonable cost, and that's available for anyone. And protein crystals is a very good example of such inexpensive experiments. Thank you. Next from Tokyo. My name is Hideto Takahashi, a fifth grade elementary school student. You are conducting experiments on human health on the International Space Station. What kind of changes have you experienced to your vision, hearing, and the senses of smell and taste after going to space?
ありがとうございます。素晴らしい質問ですね。私もともとお医者さんだったので。
Thank you for your question. That's a wonderful question. I used to be a medical doctor, so I was very much interested in how the human body would change in space. So I came to space, and but unfortunately, I'm not feeling much difference from the life on the Earth. Textbook says that you can improve your vision or your taste changes, and you cannot appreciate too spicy food, but I myself don't feel any change to my body. But what was interesting is like muscle training or toilet, sometimes I feel that blood comes up to the upper part of my body, and I get a nasal voice. You may notice that I now have a nasal voice. So when I put a lot of stress on my muscle, and then I feel my voice turns to be a kind of nasal. So such a sudden change in my body is very unique to the environment in space. Thank you. Next from Fukuoka. My name is Kaze Oshima, nurse. During EVA at night, are there any lights to light up the work area around the space station? If there is no such lights, and you have only handheld light, how do you know where the other astronaut is when you work in a team? Thank you for a good question. We wear spacesuits and we have a camera and light attached on the head of the space suit, so we can light up the work area at our hand. But external lights, well, there are some masks and cameras installed on the space station to light up the station. And the camera is always equipped with the light, so the light and camera work together. But it does not mean that we have a light and camera close to our work area. So without such light, we have to light up our hand with our helmet light. But as you say, what my partner is doing is quite important. And the two of us work in a team, so whenever there's a trouble, I have to be helped by the other crew, or I have to help the other crew when my crewmate is in trouble. So we have to keep in touch with each other all the time to check the conditions of each other. Thank you for good question. Next, from Hitachi. My name is Yuma Yamada, a fourth grade elementary school student. How do you make oxygen on the space station? In the future, will you be able to produce enough oxygen by growing plants and through photosynthesis aboard the ISS? That's a very tough question. Thank you. You may have learned in the science class that water can be separated into oxygen and other elements by electrolysis. So we are doing that on the space station. And hydrogen is also generated from water. So if we synthesize hydrogen and CO2, and that makes water, so using water we can make oxygen and extra substance CO2 is added with hydrogen to make water. So we have a very ecological system aboard the space station, and we are also growing vegetables on the station. But technically, it's still difficult to produce enough oxygen, enough to sustain the human lives only with the photosynthesis. From Fukuoka, please. My name is Shiho Nanasawa, a fourth grade elementary school student. You said you didn't plan to bring any special personal items to the space station, but after living there for more than 100 days, is there anything you think you should have brought to the station?
そうですね。ありがとうございます。いい質問を。
Thank you. Very good question. Yes, we are allowed to bring in some personal belongings to the space station. I didn't bring any special personal items on the station because it's very difficult to bring in because combustible items are prohibited. Or even if we can bring in, we have to put the personal items in inflammable bags. Such clothes, the clothes I'm wearing, is made of the special materials, incombustible materials. So we are not allowed to bring in anything we want. But on the space station, maybe I should have brought my favorite books because I have a free time in between the work. So maybe it'll be more fun if I can read such books while looking at the Earth during break time. From Tokyo, please. My name is Mako Nose, I'm a university student. I became interested in space when I was a junior in college. I would like to get a job related to space. Could you tell me one thing that you think you can do better than anyone else in space?
ありがとうございます。宇宙に興味持っていただいてとっても嬉しいです。
Thank you for your question. Thank you for being interested in space.
参入があってですね。
But recently, the space industry has an involvement of various specialists, engineers, physicists, not only the scientists, but also recently chemists, pharmacists, or geologists, or computer scientists, or information technology specialists, or media, artists, or human science experts. They are also involved in space development. Or one of our crew members used to be a school teacher. So going forward, the space needs talent and abilities of the people with various backgrounds. And well, what I can do better than anyone else, but I don't have much confidence, but I used to be a medical doctor at the self-defense forces. So it's not a clinical doctor, but I was with the self-defense forces mission. They are healthy nature, and so my interest was how the healthy people can survive the tough environment, rigorous environment. So operational health was the area that I have an accumulation of my experience. Dr. Kanai, we are getting close to the end of the communication. Today, nearly 1,000 people are gathering in Tokyo, Hitachi, and Fukuoka. In the end, can I ask you to give a message to the audience in these locations? Well, thank you. It's a very short time, and I wanted to share more with you how fun it is to be in space. After completing my mission, I go back to the Earth, and I'll have a chance to make a tour of various places to report on my experience, and I hope to see you soon. Space used to be the place for very limited number of people, but it will be opened up to more people. We are heading toward such an age. So JAXA and is utilizing Kibo, and we are accumulating experience and knowledge to open up space for more people, so that space will be a more friendly and a very close environment to all of us. Thank you, Dr. Kanai. Thank you very much for today. Thank you.
Station, this is Houston ACR. That concludes the event.
Thank you, JAXA and Tenku participants. Station, we are now resuming operational audio communications.